And we are live, all three of us. He wanted to join and say hello, everybody.
Mozzie's gonna
So,
help.
bring it, Jackie, and we are here. We are here to, answer all your wishes, Nancy.
Delicious.
um, I
Well,
think, um, well, Jackie, I don't know if Jackie has any additional sheets that you already went ahead and printed, but Jackie, she's got this cool book with her today, and she may very well do some more sheets. So, um, during the show, I have a banner made for us. So, if anybody would like to get a hold of these hot cheat sheets, this is Jackie's email right here, JackieForever2 at gmail.com. And so, yep, and if you want those,
oh,
just email her. And hello, Mr. Block.
hey
Mr.
Sandy.
Block is here. And hello, Justine. Yes.
Yes,
I'm learning. Hello,
you'll have to change it
Justine.
to State of Justine.
The state, the state of Justine. Let's see, did we miss any? But oh yes, first ready for us was Karen. So we are excited too, Karen. She says the energies feel
We
right.
are.
Yes, they do. So
Yeah.
okay, I'll stop nerding out now alone. Well, you weren't alone. We were reading that backstage and
No,
having some
I was
fun
nerding
along
out
with
all
you.
day waiting.
And she says, I should. No. But I love that State of Grace tarot. That's very lovely. So
Yeah,
let
it is.
me take that off. So that's the email. If anybody would like a free copy of Jackie's cheat sheets, she will be happy to email those to you.
Absolutely.
And we are starting our very first segment of our new show, Holding Court. Jackie and I held a little Q&A last week to talk about the show.
Yeah.
And today are going to be starting with the Page of Pentacles. So thank you, everybody, for being here. Okay, so I was trying to keep him on my lap until Hannah got here because Hannah is absolutely in love with my little man here. But also, the
Aw.
pentacles are also relatable to coins as well. I had asked Jackie if, because I love my Fyodor Pavlov deck, and in
That's a
place
nice
of
card.
pentacles, they put the coins, which is nice because I really love the feel of this deck, and I want to start focusing on some ancestral reads or past life readings. And this book is going to be amazing because they include different cultures, different just beautiful states of being, with family and culture, and just a beautiful, yeah, a beautiful, was it crock pot of everything. So anyway, Heather. So we have Carolina here. Hello, Carolina.
Hey Carolina.
And Selena's very busy, but she's stopping in to say hello. So thank you,
Hello,
Selena.
goodbye.
Oh, your husband has decided to take you out to lunch. Ooh. After our show, I'm going to go out and treat Shantu and I to a nice hot cup of European hot chocolate. So enjoy your time with your bow, and I'll enjoy mine later on. So, alrighty, we'll have to get you down now. So, say goodbye to everybody. Bye, everybody.
Aw.
Bye, Auntie Jackie.
Bye,
So
Moz.
here we go.
Love you.
Okay, because we all know how much fun court cards can be, right? And
Absolutely.
how excited we get when we get a court card, ask for a clarifier, and get
I got another one.
another one. So yeah, who
It's
can't,
all right.
who doesn't love a good tutorial and a refresh? And so Jackie and I really do encourage people to ask questions, to share their own insights into the court cards. And this is just for us to share with each other and help build our knowledge and understanding of our cards. So,
Absolutely.
Kelly Spera. Hello,
Hey
Saskia,
Saskia.
my dear. And I'm actually just going to open it up and let Jackie start with her sheets and her books, and then I'll pull out mine and share mine. So take it away, Miss
So I
Jackie.
bought this book a few years ago, and it was collecting dust since. So I pulled it out when Heather suggested doing this series. I pulled it out, started working through it. So it's Leeza Robertson, Tarot Court Cards for Beginners, brings clarity to your readings. So
And really
what
quick, Jackie,
yeah?
that
Oh
book, I
yes,
believe the link I put the description box. So if
you said you were
anybody's
putting it in,
interested
yeah.
in that, it's the Amazon link. Okay.
Yeah. So I've been going through it and underlining stuff, and then what I did was make some cheat sheets. So I sat at the laptop then typing stuff up. So I have one first with my previous cheat sheets that I would have sent you. I kind of compiled all the most important information in this first one. Hey Lottie, hey John.
We're holding court here. I vote to lock up Jackie for just a little bit.
I'm concentrating today now, John, so I can't be putting you in timeout, all right? So just behave yourself for the love of God.
And hello, Lottie B. Mwah. Thank you for being here.
So this one then is just this cheat sheet here is from this book. So it's more like a kind of a story about the pages in general, and then about the Page of Pentacles. And then I have a few questions that I'm going to pose at the end, with the Page of Pentacles being the answer, okay? So let's get into it. So the first one is now this one some of you have seen before because it's bits from other ones I've done before. But so the court element, so the pages themselves, all 4 pages, are the element of earth, right? Not to confuse you, Heather.
Yeah, here we go. Off to a great start.
And then the suit element is earth. So pentacles is earth. So you have the page is earth, the pentacles are earth. So you have earth of earth is what it's described as, right? So that's double earth. So if you think of any of the attributions to the earth element, this is all doubled up in regards to the Page of Pentacles, right? Are you still with me? Everyone with me?
I hope so.
Therefore, this page is Earth of Earth. This strengthens the Earth element attributions for this page. Also, take into account that Earth is a feminine energy. So you're doubled up on feminine energy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So anything you think of in relation to the feminine being, all of our traits and stuff are doubled up with the Page of Pentacles. So I have now the ones I have listed here are from this cheat sheet that I made a few years ago. I watched a tutorial by Georgina Toland on YouTube. It's Elemental Dignities. So it's all about the elements of all the cards and how they kind of relate to each other. So feminine energy, she says, can be receptive, indirect, passive, introverted, withdrawn, receiving, soft, intuitive, nurturing, looks outside self for advice, and yin energy. You don't have to go scrambling to write all these down because I do have the cheat sheet ready on my phone to email to anyone afterwards, okay? So just listen now and think about it, and I'll send it to you later, okay? So the court energy then is childlike in age. So like I would refer pages as being kind of school children. The knights I would suggest are kind of 18 plus when you're leaving high school and you're going off out into the big bad world, going to college, going off to live in your own house, maybe settle down with the boyfriend or the girlfriend, all that kind of stuff, right? When you're moving away from the parents, you know? When you're taking all that you've learned as a page and moving on to live as a fully grown independent adult. So court energy is childlike. The attributions then, so what the pages are about, 2 things is what I focus on, is the learning side of it, or the person bringing you a message in relation to the suit that they're in, okay?
No, that was new for me.
Double bubble, toilet trouble, lol, I love it. Say that again?
So that was something that was new to me when you
Okay.
said that, because
Okay.
with the page, it was always just like, oh, this is the person. But you said it could be a messenger bringing a message of studies. So I never put those 2 together. So that is
Okay.
something I am jotting down right now.
Ah, okay. Now next I have the element speed. Now, so I have this as the slowest moving suit. Now people do kind of mix these up a bit. Like for me, I consider the wands to be the fastest, then the swords, then the cups, then the pentacles. So I would look at pentacles as being years, but like I said, people do mix them up a little bit. But anyway, now star sign. So with relation to star signs and the court cards, it's the night. If you think about there's 12 star signs, right? The 16 court cards. So it's the knights, queens, and kings are related to specific star signs. The
Well,
pages,
astrological, you mean, right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So the pages then are linked to the 3 star signs of the element. So like the Page of Pentacles is linked to the 3 earth star signs, which is Virgo, Taurus, and Capricorn. So like if you were kind of, say for example, asking you know, about finding the man of your dreams or woman of your dreams, and you got the Page of Pentacles, you might be saying, oh, look out for someone who's a Virgo, Capricorn, or a Taurus, do you know?
Got it.
So that's just a quick example. The Page of Pentacles is known as, now this is from Sasha Graham's tarot Bible, as I call it, the princess. So she calls her the princess, the Page of Pentacles, right?
Like in the Toth.
Yeah.
The princess
Yeah.
and princess. Yep.
Yeah. Keywords, there's only a few more, don't worry, we won't be here all night. Keywords, care. Now, this is something myself and Heather discussed backstage a while ago, and I'll explain where all these come from. Keywords: careful, practical, consistent, studious, pursuing knowledge, seeking guidance and advice, learning from others' expertise, dependable, patient, and successful. Now, myself and Heather discussed backstage the fact that the pages are okay. Wait, now till we see. Hi, Jackie and Heather. Sorry, things are hectic. All 3 kiddos have strep. Oh, Jesus, again. I'll be in and out. We'll have to listen later to what I missed. No problem, Karen. Mind yourselves. God love us. The joys of having smallies, huh? So yeah, all those keywords myself and Heather were talking about backstage. Pentacles linking to a childlike energy, as I said, right? Heather was like, how would you consider a page to be
child,
dependable,
be
patient, all this kind of stuff, right?
disciplined.
Yeah, exactly. But that's not down to the page. That's down to it being the element of earth. Earth is the slowest moving suit. The pentacles people are people who are very methodical. They have to plan everything. So like me, for example, if I'm going somewhere new, I have to have looked at Google Maps a lot of times so that I almost have memorized the directions, so I feel like I can't go wrong. I can't get lost, you know, because that would completely stress me out. My son is the same, and he's 30, he's nearly 14, but he's always been the same since he was very young. If we were going out in the car, he'd say, where are we going? How long will it take to get there? How long will we be there? When are we leaving? What time will we be back? What are we doing there? He had to know everything step by step.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. That's the pentacles attributions, you know. That's not the page attributions. It's all down to the element of earth, been a slow moving, methodical, planned out energy, you know. So that's where all those keywords come from that might not make sense to the actual page.
So many keywords.
Yeah.
Yep. There's a little memory banks for them all.
I know, your friendly stalker, John.
I have a quick question though, unless you want me to wait until you are done.
No, go on.
Because in the beginning, we were saying with pages, they are. Wait a minute, now I'm lost. Because you're saying they are. So all pages are earth.
Yeah.
Which I thought kind of interesting because other suits like swords are air. So what makes all pages earth when other pages are air, fire and water? I think that's where I'm being a little confused.
Well, you see the page. No, well, like the Page of Swords, then you see is, for example, he's earth of air. So he has some earth elements and he has some air elements. So then you have to look at them in relation to the like here, for example, my elemental dignities
Mm-hmm.
map, or whatever you want to call it. So earth being feminine and air being masculine, right? Wait, now till I see where they are. Oh yeah, here. So look, we have earth down here and we have air up here. So what does it say there? Oh yeah, weaken. So they weaken each other. The air and the earth element weaken each other. So the Page of Swords being earth and air, there might be a bit of I suppose, like someone who has the good what is it, the good angel and the devil on their shoulders, kind of going,
Oh,
oh, I want to do
yeah.
this, no, I want to do that. There might be a bit kind of,
Okay, I was just hoping I wasn't opening up another can of worms in
no,
this.
no,
Like,
no.
no, bring it back, girl, bring. But I was just kind of confused about why, all
I'll f-
pages were
I'll
considered
find this. Yeah, no, it's just I don't
similar.
know. It's just the way it is. The pages are earth. The knights. Now people mix these up. The knights and the kings people mix up. I would consider the
Mm-hmm.
knights to be fire, because they're all driving, ready to go and go out into the world and do their thing. Queens are cups, and kings I would consider as the air element, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So then when you get to the other ones, like then the Page of Cups obviously is earth of water, which is both feminine energies, and the Page of Wands being earth of fire, do you know. So
So is that
again,
question? Oh, sorry.
so the pages aren't as strong as the other court cards. No, they are. It's the same with all the other court cards too, you see. Like the Queen of Pentacles is going to be earth of cups, earth of water. Do you know? Queen of Swords is going to be our water. Oh my God.
I
Well,
don't think there's a weaker. I don't think there's one. I think there's it's just what they represent. I mean, I think they're all in of themselves um have all their strong. They're like one's not weaker than the other. It's just
no,
with king
absolutely not.
because
No.
automatically we
Oh,
think,
sugar.
the king is the ultimate. He's the, the well, I'm Italian, so the
Hi,
Goomba,
John.
Bye, John. Thank you again. So I think they all have
No, that's
similar
not true,
strength,
Nancy.
but just different um the
No, because
aspects.
all the court cards have the two elements, do you know? So it's just a case of working out how those elements work together, or they either strengthen each other, they weaken each other, or they, what's the other word?
And a child, I see
Um
what she means by that.
Neutral.
Child too. Is a child weaker than a knight? Is a child, weaker than a mother or a father?
No.
I think that's kind of, I think what she, and that was a good question though,
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah,
I didn't think of
yeah.
that before. So no, I think they each have their own,
Oh,
special
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
spice to add to the mix.
Because I mean, for example, like the Page of Pentacles being earth of earth, right? Being that, as we said with the keywords, dependable, patient, successful. I mean, this is someone who would be um stronger, let's say, is the word Nancy used. This would be stronger as a person than a Page of Swords, who was all airy fairy and flighty and just rushes into things without thinking or planning or anything. Do you know what I mean? So it just depends on the elements and how they go together. Do you know, if that makes sense?
She said, "Okay, well, this is what Jackie and I love, the questions and the
Yeah,
insights, because sometimes that
yeah.
gets us thinking about, a court card, or any card without, yep, that we might not have
This one,
thought of."
Saskia. This is a cross between, as you can see, the Rider Waite Smith and the Marseille deck. It's absolutely gorgeous, Saskia. I showed it recently, so you can have a look at the
I mean, for
live
me,
I
it's
did.
easier just to remember that, okay, Page of Pentacles, Earth, without adding the
Yeah,
extra,
yeah, I
the
know, yeah,
element.
yeah.
So, well, let me ask you, Jackie, because like I was kind of, teasing Jackie backstage. We were having a bit of fun. I said, for me, I love tarot. It's not like a
Oh yeah.
lifelong passion to me. Whereas Jackie, she's very constantly want to read, want to understand, want to know the aspects in all this. So for me, to get to the really gritty questions, and I was just going to ask you something and I completely forgot it.
Oh, sugar, it'll come back to you. Which is all right. We'll come back to it, girl. We'll
So
come back to it.
that's why I think that the doubles, the balancing is, because okay, so yeah, going back to your sheets, when you mention, because a lot of people don't necessarily mention the double
Yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
the earth, the fire, the earth, that kind of thing. Because, for a lot of readers, we're just familiar and it's easier for us to be able to just keep that aspect in mind. But somebody like Jackie, who's like really, wants to study it, wants to get in there, wants to understand, this opens up more new avenues, for you and your readings. And hopefully, once we get comfortable enough with the main aspects of the court cards, then when you can go in and you can add the extra dimensions, that makes it even
Yeah.
more
Oh,
richer.
it does. Yeah.
And Nancy says she has her Calandra Tarot, Page of Pentacles, which is represented by a woman, and I
Yeah.
have one that's um, it's an inclusive deck that has, it's a woman, but yet she has a slightly masculine look to her. But yeah, all different artists will reflect their pages differently depending on
And
the
every
writer
code
and the
card
art.
anyway can be either gender, can be male or female,
Hmm.
because we all have female and male energy within us anyway, so that doesn't matter whether it's represented as a man or a woman, you know. So we did all the keywords. So advice or action then, if you picked a Page of Pentacles, right? Take a class. It might be handy if I held it up, right? Oh, hold on now. Jesus. There we go.
Let me
There
put
we
you,
go.
because it's a little dark, so let me get you into the bigger screen so
You
we
see, the
can.
sun is coming around the back now, so I had to put over a
There.
curtain because otherwise I'd be completely blinded. So advice or action. So if you were looking for, if you were kind of, I don't know, asking what should I do with my life, and you got the Page of Pentacles, take a class, because remember, pages are all about learning, but the pentacles are all about the physical and material world. So that
Hmm.
includes kind of work, it includes family, home, health, money, um, hobbies, all that kind of stuff. So take a class, read a book, find a mentor, do some research. When life gives you lemons, make enchanted lemonade. I thought that was nice. That was
Oh, I
from
love
one.
that. Enchanted
Yeah,
lemonade.
yeah. It's cool, isn't it? So watch out for, now this is from another cheat sheet that I found free online, naivety and gullibility in the face of, and in inverted commas, experts. So general messages then is the
Right.
last section I have on this one. Good news about financial matters, wanting to do something more challenging, a new area of study, make a dream real, message about work, home, or health. Sandy, thanks to Sandy, who's here for one of my daily readings that I did the other day. Sandy put a comment directing me to, and I was already on her channel anyway, but I hadn't seen anything she posted in a while. Avalon Cameron, she's Australian, and she did only a few days ago. She did a quick video. It's only about 15 minutes, maybe, on the Pentacle suit. Basically talking about how it annoys her that people only refer to the pentacles as being money. So I
Yeah.
commented and I said, oh my God, I talk about this all the time. I keep mentioning it. Whenever I pull a pentacles card in my daily readings, I say this every time. The pentacles is the element of earth, therefore it's linked to the root chakra. The root chakra is everything physical and material in life. So if you think about it, cups is your emotions, it's your heart chakra. Swords is the mind, communication, it's all mental
Hmm.
stuff. Wands is your fire and your passion. It can include things like work and kind of hobbies and stuff, but the pentacles then is all the physical and material things in life. So your physical realm, your mental realm, your emotional
And
realm,
I heard you're
and your
spiritual too.
yeah,
Did I learn
yes,
that from you? I think
yes,
I learned get
yeah,
that from you. Someone said
yeah.
spiritual. I'm like, oh, I
So
didn't
this
think
is
of it that way.
everything physical and mental. So you have to you can't just look, and I know you said your deck is just, it says called coins, but that doesn't matter
Hmm.
because it's still the element of earth. You still read it as anything to do with the physical and mental realm. So you really have to kind of dig deep with the pentacles, really, because they do include a lot, like. So that's that one. So this one now is quick as well. It's just like a kind of a story on the pages in general, and then the Page of Pentacles. This I thought was really good. Something Benjamin Franklin said: "Tell me and I forget, teach me and I will remember, involve me and I will learn."
I like that.
So
Hmm.
that, yeah, and that was from from this book under the Page of Pentacles himself information. So I thought that was really interesting, because Page of Pentacles is a really physical, hands-on kind of person. I'd be the same when it comes to learning. If I ask someone how to do something on the phone, say, and they grab it off me and they do it, I'm not going to remember how to do it. I'm going to have to be physically shown how to do it,
Exactly.
and
That's
then
yep, that's
practice
me.
it in front of the person, and then I'll remember it. You know, it's like when I was years ago, I was learning a bit of Czech from a that was working for me. I had to get him to write it down because I could sound out the letters. So if he wrote it down, I could sound it out and then I'd remember it. If he said it to me, I was never going to remember it, you know? So I had to physically see it written down, sound it out, and then retain the information, you know? So I thought that was really interesting for the Page of Pentacles. And the Page of Pentacles is the youngest, most naive member of the family. This page indicates, yeah, this page indicates youth and a lack of real world understanding, but has room for growth and expansion, which I thought was interesting. The page is a young person actively learning the ways of the suit kingdom in which he is employed. The job of the historical page was a tedious and boring one. They had the lowest of tasks with mundane and mind numbing duties, but these tasks allowed the page to learn very specific and important skills in a refined and regimented way. And that's the way a Page of Pentacles is going to learn, because of it being the slow, hard-working element of Earth, you know?
Yeah.
The 4 pages are learning lessons of their suit from scratch, practicing over and over the essential skills to progress to the next level, i.e. knight. Then some guy, Zen Cohen, I've never heard of him, said, before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. Basically, bringing home the fact that we never stop learning and needing basic skills. The pages may be children, but they have so much to teach and share with us also if we just listen. Then the Page of Pentacles, also called the Child of Earth in some decks. Curious but cautious, this child is much better outdoors. They're great with their hands, building, gardening, etc. Anything to do with physical or manual labor. They're still connected to that which created them and believe in magic. So someone who's very grounded and connected to the earth, you know. They're learning, but also teaching. And then I threw us in here for an example. Like us doing this tutorial, we're not claiming to be experts at anything. There's no ego involved. We're teaching you what we know. But like that now, you're putting your thoughts and stuff in the comments as well. And we're learning from you guys as well, you know. So there's no ego about the Page of Pentacles. Shadow aspect. Petulant, entitled, know-it-all. Actually, this is the only bit of reversed information I have. Yeah, come to think of it. Petulant, entitled, know-it-all, with no respect or regard for the material world. P.S. You don't have to be a child to be in that sort of energy. So again, just suggesting that the pages don't have to be a child. It can be a fully grown adult who is just like a child, you know. Also, I thought this was very nice information. The page is training to be a knight, and because of all their hard work and diligence and repetitive skill building and stuff, the page is training to be a knight. Therefore, they have all the up-to-date info about their realm. They bring important info about resources, both material and physical. You know, so if you were kind of looking for information, a page is someone who's working hard within the court, training to be the knight. So they're going to have everything on point and up to date. Do you get me?
It's interesting we still refer to courts, because nowadays we don't have courts really anymore.
Yeah.
So for a modern, I can see why people really liked that Light Seers tarot, because it was focusing more on a modern, or the unfolding path, where it was focusing more on the modern, like, okay, we don't have, we don't all live by, a king and queen and court, so looking at, the pages and the knights, and it's learning how to take that too. I think might be difficult for some people to grasp, because we don't live in a court like that system. Whereas, so trying to say, well, this is what a page, or a knight, that's my child. You know what I mean? So I can see where some of the disassociation, comes from, and the confusion when it comes to trying to do a reading for somebody using antiquated, imagery or titles. But then again, I think to really get to the understanding of that actual how the card reads, it's important to learn, where it came from and then help it evolve forward. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
off my tangent. But again, really, anybody, if anyone has any insights or questions or want to share their perspectives on and what they understand about the Page of Pentacles, the floor is completely open. I will, click on comments or anything that anybody
Yeah.
wants to share or star. So,
I always have a glance anyway, just to see if there's anything that would be good to
okay.
discuss. Just for an example, right? So, like the Page of Swords, and this is something people kind of don't notice, right? Like the Page of Swords, see all the clouds up around his head. So, I mean, he's swords. He's the element of air. He's someone who's too quick to kind of move forward without maybe thinking properly. Like his head is in the clouds. Do you know what I mean? Literally, like um, this fella, the Page of Cups, is um so much in his emotions. I mean, he looks crazy anyway talking to a fish, for example, but he's so much in his emotions, he mightn't be kind of moving forward clearly and methodically with stuff either. Um, and again, the Page of Wands is the fire element, so he's all fire and passion and go go go. Whereas the Page of Pentacles, lovely clear sky. There's no clouds around him.
Mm-hmm.
He is staring very much at his pentacle. You can see he has that earth on earth mentality of like, I'm not going anywhere until I have all this well planned out and I'm
Mm-hmm.
prepared and I know what I'm doing and where I'm going and when I'm doing it and who I'm doing it with and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? So if you look at the details kind of around the course, well, it kind of adds a lot to the meaning. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And so, was that all that you brought that you wanted to share? And then,
The only thing I have now is the four.
yeah.
I just posed 4 questions with the answer
Ooh,
being the Page of Pentacles from the 4
okay.
different areas of life. So it's quick, right?
All right.
So,
Hello,
for example,
welcome.
right? I'm gonna
Welcome,
who
welcome.
who are
This is
hi.
Marissa. Miss Mars
Oh,
with
hi,
my
Marissa.
moments is Marissa. Yes.
I'm listening along and also getting some work done at the same time.
So
Sorry,
chatting.
no problem.
No problem, my dear. No worries.
So I'm gonna hold it this side. There we go. So I just have 4 questions quickly, right? And I have answers. But then if anyone else has any other suggestions in relation to each question and answer, please do stick it in the chat, lads, right? Because I'm not suggesting these are the only answers. Obviously, these are just the kind of most obvious ones to me, right? So if you had someone ask you a question, my job is getting boring, what should I do? And you pull the Page of Pentacles, right? This for me would be go back to basics, retrain, learn new skills, go for a promotion, shake things up a little. Okay? Because
Ooh.
this is someone who's all plan, execute everything perfectly. So if things are getting boring, it just might be that they need to, because remember, pages are about learning, as well as bringing messages. So it could just be that you have to go back to the start and learn something new. Find a new
Mm-hmm.
course. The courses would come under the element of the pentacles anyway.
Or if they don't know how they're, how do I go back to school, especially financially, here's this Page of Pentacles. There would be some way of money being brought to your attention, or this is a
Yeah,
message. This is how maybe this person can help you find the finances or help you get financial backing
yeah,
to go back to school or something too.
yeah, absolutely.
Love that. And
So
this
that's the first one. Second question: I'm having relationship problems. What should I do? Or kind of what's ahead or whatever, right? For example, one thing would be that either you or the other person might be coming forward with a peace offering, right?
Oh, really?
Or like a gift,
Mhm.
something of value and substance. But I would say like take things slow, as it's the earth element and it's a slow moving suit anyway. It's like take your time, because if you were like to be like a Page of Swords or Wands and charge forward and go, I'm sick of this relationship isn't working, what are we going to do?
Mhm.
It might, upset them. Whereas if you take your time, which is what a Page of Pentacles would do, bring forward an offering, a peace offering, a
Mhm.
gift that would be of something of substance, that would mean something to them, that would show them you're willing to put in the time and the effort to
I
fix
like that.
things. So yeah. So there's a relationship question. I'm worried about my health. All advice greatly appreciated. That kind of stuff. Because remember, the pentacles are linked to health as well. So this could be just about news coming forward. It could be about maybe getting a text message or an email or whatever about an appointment coming up to have your health checked. It might be that you just need to go to the doctor and have a chat with him, get some kind of expert advice, that kind of thing. And then the last one and actually take better physical care of yourself, because again, it is to do with health. So it might be that you need to do a course, learn how to better care for yourself, maybe go to a yoga class to learn to kind of breathe properly and kind of center yourself and ground yourself and that kind of stuff. So anything like that, right? And then the last quick question I have is, my mental health is strained. What advice can you give? So obviously mental health would be under the element of air, which would be swords, but obviously coming up with the Page of Pentacles as an
Getting
answer.
grounded.
Again, getting grounded. That maybe someone's coming forward to you with help, taking it slow, and being gentle with yourself, all those kind of things. Again,
you know what the pentacle could represent too? A tablet. When, especially if it comes to health, this might be someone coming forward. A doctor might say, here's a vitamin, here's maybe a pill or something to help. So that just popped into my head too.
Absolutely,
so,
yeah. And again,
thinking
I mean,
outside of the box.
Hey Debbie. And I always say absolutely, yeah. And I always say the pentacles refer to like the clothes on our back, the food on our table. So again, you have all this lush green land in the background anyway. So it could be that you need to go grow your own food and eat your own healthy food, as opposed to stuff that's sprayed with chemicals in the shops. And you could go so deep into what each card means for each of the 4 questions that I posed, but they're just kind of quick answers that I got, So that's it. That's all my cheat sheets gone through. And like Heather said, I can email them out later to anyone who wants them.
Yep. And really quick, I'm going to take a moment here that if anybody would like a copy of Jackie's cheat sheets, this is her email, JackieForever2@gmail.com. And I do have the link for the tarot book that she was excited to use for the show. That should be listed below in the description through Amazon. I think they are like I think $15.99 the last time. I have Amazon
that's
Prime.
About all.
Yeah. So alrighty, quick sip. So for me now, let's just start with my Tina Gone book, because this was a great help. I have
Looks like a nice book.
This was great. I don't know if Barnes and Noble still carries it. This is like 2 years ago. Because if you get Tina's decks through Labyrinthos.com, they run about $55, whereas she kind of adjusted one of her main tarot decks to go along with this book through a Barnes and Noble exclusive, and it was like $25 2 years ago. Shan got it for me. And what I like about what she does with the cards is that she breaks them down in the suits. She also breaks down where, the major arcana. So it's really interesting how she goes in depth into the different. And then she has a section 2 on court cards, whereas pages are children to her. The focus is internal. Events are messages. Actions is learning. And in her book, like Jackie had said, imagine a child just discovering one of the elements. They are inexperienced, but curious. Their role is to be an observer and a student, trying to decipher messages and learn as much as they can in order to understand the suit. So that was her little take on that. And so for her Page of Pentacles, now Jackie and I don't read in reverse, but I told Jackie I want to kind of cover some reverse for our show, because there are readers who do include reversals in their readings. And so of course the reversals can be uncommitted, lazy, undisciplined, and absolutely no ambition whatsoever. And yeah, that makes absolute sense to me, especially, at the age of children. Some might not have, because let's face it, a lot of kids nowadays, they're in their phones, their tablets, their video games. So to me, this page of, that reversal shows a lot up in society and in life today. A lot of kids, needing that, that lack of ambition, needing to get, inspired. But today, really, truly, to be a student in school systems, the way they're doing things now. Mm-mm. So
Mm.
I digress. So with the upright, what she provides in her book is an interpretation, a reflection, and an action. And in the upright position, um, the Page of Pentacles is ambitious and practical, setting her sights on long term goals that require a lot of work. So in this book, in her deck, the Page of Pentacles, I think all of them are, I think, females, or did she include a couple? I can't remember. But at least for the female, makes sense too, because of the feminine element of Earth, for her to be female. Um, Setting her sights on long term goals that require a lot of work. And of course, to me, I'm thinking children, and a lot of children, they're concerned a lot of times is, yeah, doing homework, but going out playing, being a child. So for me, I was kind of like, wait a minute, how disciplined, how practical, how, but again, we have new generations coming in, different cultures raise their children to be very
Yeah.
studious and academic and,
Mm.
in their early upbringing. So I can see that as well. And this is her dedication. We'll see her through challenges that others may find tedious or impossible. Sometimes she is rather stubborn, so which makes sense to me because um, Taurus is a earth sign and they are known to be stubborn. So I'm slowly learning how to associate certain signs now with people, being stubborn. And so there that can fall under, the Page of Pentacles because of it being
Mm.
an earth sign. And her studious nature means she is easily teased, and that, I get that because I was teased for wanting to make my teachers happy and to learn. And who hasn't
Yeah,
been
me
called a
too.
teacher's pet from time to
Yeah.
time? And they, your classmates make you feel guilty for wanting to do good. But says here, but she is also warm, humorous, and helpful individual who makes a great friend. Now the reversal for that, for those who do reversals, up Nancy's like, Taurus sun here. Nancy, you're not stubborn at all. Nah. So reversals, reverse the page can be lazy and materialistic, setting high goals without putting effort into attaining them. Um, Focus on the outcome. She is easily swayed by schemes and shortcuts, and is often
Mm.
too restless and hasty to look carefully through details, which can get her into trouble. So the reflections. This is when she starts asking questions. What are you dedicated to? What drives you? Having something that you can devote yourself to can help guide you through life. Is it something concrete, a principle, or a purpose? Life is full of wayward paths where we can get lost, or they may lead us to harm. Knowing your guiding star can make that journey less confusing. And in this deck, the pentacles being held up a little bit higher, and it's a star, so finding that star, guiding star, looking at everything from a different aspect. How can this guide me into further knowledge? How can I take basically the ace of the pentacle and make it my own and use that
Mm.
to look forward to move ahead with? um and let's see, also early me list, knowing your guiding star can make that journey less confusing. So under action, find your compass. When we have a purpose, spending effort and energy comes naturally. Find something you can offer that the world needs. Find your inner compass and act on what matters. I love how it's called finding your inner compass too. Set high standards. This page doesn't just want to do something, she wants to do it well.
Yeah.
Hold yourself to a level of excellence. And this is where Jackie comes in with her tarot. She wants to do something. She wants to do something well. So she gets her books, she makes her cheat sheets, she watches videos, and she learns. Um, so I want to put that out there. Same thing with me going in college, with me with the art. I wanted to, learn this. I took all these classes. I did what the
Yeah.
teacher wanted me to. That kind of got me in trouble with fellow students. But when you really want to learn something and excel at it, you do what you got to do. And it's about making a commitment, dedicating yourself means giving it your all and not giving up when things get tough. Expect obstacles, challenges, and conflicts, but with enough willpower, you can succeed. I love that. When it comes to reversals with the reflections, questions, are you feeling burned or bored? Like you said earlier about feeling bored with something. Does everything you do now have to be productive? What do we lose when we stop doing something for joy? So I can see the opposite. So, instead of just doing something to study, what do I get out of this? Why not just do it because you enjoy it? That's why I let people say, well, we don't want to, I'm afraid of painting because I can't paint or I can only draw stick figures. But if you enjoy doing that, just do that. Just because it's not going to make you a great artist selling, paintings or whatever, making art, it's still something that, um, brings you happiness, brings you joy. And hi, Carl, how are you? Yep, Carl, look down there. Welcome to Holding Cards, Page of Pentacles. We're talking about the Page of Pentacles today. Thanks for joining us. Hope all is well. Carl's in Manila, so it must be a little late near your time. So thanks for joining us, Carl.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So under action for reversals is again reconnecting with your passion. Take a break and do something that makes you happy. Notice what changes occur when you do something for love versus usefulness. Notice how your outlook shifts. Find inspiration. Being around interesting ideas, people, and environments related to your original interests can be a reminder of what you've loved so much. Creativity doesn't happen in isolation. Love that. And focus. Try to avoid distractions. Discipline is important now. So that's what she shared from this book. And just from my Fyodor Pavlov deck, I have the Page of Coins. So in this deck, the pentacles are coins. And I absolutely love how she is planting seeds. And what stood out to me here that I loved is she is young and new to the field, but like the other pages, she is full of energy and ready to apply it to her advancement as she sows her seeds into the fertile soil. Since coins are rooted in material manifestation, the Page of Coins shows us a laborer, a young entrepreneur, somebody who will build her homestead and raise her fortune by the work of her own hands. She represents the first step on the path of attaining the kind of skills and knowledge that will lead to eventual material success. And he also includes houses in the background's kind of hard to see, but there's like a little village back there. And it says here, behind her in the distance is a village representing an experienced community that can guide her in her learning. In her apron, a single large coin indicating the abundance and success she will attain with enough time, knowledge, and physical toil. Oops, sorry. There is a quality of hard labor rewarded that applies to all the coin court cards, and it begins with the page and her seeds. So I love how they include the community helping to support this young person in following her goals, supporting her, guiding her, and yet obviously giving her space to sow her seeds and to plant and do, I love that. It's basically, it takes a village, really, like they did in the old days to be able to help nurture and guide. So absolutely. Oh, I just looked down, I saw Sandy go, hey Allison. So
Allison.
hey girl, hey. I'm at my middle school. Yeah, I figured you were picking up the kiddies. Have a good bus run with the little ones today. So Jackie, originally when we were talking about doing this show, and I forgot to mention this backstage, but we were going to kind of pull cards and put it next to our page cards and see how we can interpret that possibly in a reading. Were you still up for something like that? We're at 2:50. Got another 10 minutes.
We are, yeah, I don't mind, yeah. Where's my deck? There it is.
I totally forgot those. We said last time you were going to do that. Just to give people an idea, especially if you don't do reversals, yeah. I would pull out this other deck that I have, but I don't want your eyes to burn out because
no. I know what you're doing.
So what I did
my eyes.
So with my Theodore deck, and what I'm starting to do is I've separated the court cards from the rest of the deck, so that
To
if I
move.
know I'm reading on a certain particular person or myself, I can pull a court card and know that this is the person I'm reading for. And I'm not sitting there going, is this Page of Coins, me, or is it somebody else? But something to address before we're done as well is, what does Jackie do when she gets another court card to help clarify a court card, or do you not do clarifiers?
No, I just pray that I won't get another court card. It's one thing liking the court cards. It's another thing getting more than one.
Gotcha.
So what are we doing? So I have my Page of Pentacles here. So what am I doing? Shuffling to get another card and just holding them up and kind of
Yeah, I'm
all
just
put
playing around.
suggestions as to what they could
Yeah.
mean together, kind of a thing.
So for me, my page is in the middle. And now in Theodore's deck, the Five of Wands is more of a sparring of sports sort. But for me, I still stick to the original that, this could be chaotic. This could be competition, yes, but it also can be conflict as well. So
Yeah.
when I pull that out, it's on one side of her. And then I have this, oops, there we go. Gotta look, people, you would think we by now would know, or I could speak for myself, I would know how to be able to do this without. There we go. So for me, in the immediate past or present, there was some sort of squabbling going on. So for this Page of Pentacles, it's like possibly taking what they have learned from seeing maybe. So in this instance, let's say for me, she knows people. She's seen friends or family fighting and squabbling or sparring over things that, to her, she didn't want to be a part of that, kind of like a toxic environment. So moving forward in this particular case here, let me sow my own seeds. Let me sow my own way. Let me see and learn from the past that I've learned from these people on how to be more at peace, maybe to be more productive, and how to be able to walk away, with her being, of course, the coins in the earth, getting grounded, saying, okay, this is the past. So for me, I can read this. I've had in my family so much toxic cycles that I saw, that I said to myself, I'm going to set a new path. So for me, this could very much be like, okay, I have learned what I did from them. I'm going to sow
Yeah.
my own seeds. I'm going to get grounded, and I
Yeah.
want to plant and learn and see a different way of being. Now, on the other side, I have the Two of Swords. And sometimes that may not be easy, because there are still aspects of, from this Page of Coins, seeing, the sparring stuff. These are things that, we may already feel, or we may have participated in, and we don't necessarily want to see it, but we still have to make the choice. There is a decision to be made. Am I going to move forward and be more productive? Am I going to? So it's all about choices, having to not be afraid of the choices ahead, being afraid to choose intuitively what you know is right, communicating that, and moving forward. So I can kind of, see something like that. I don't know if that made sense to anybody, or
It is.
that's how they would read the cards.
Yeah. Yeah.
So of course, if you don't do reversals, but you
I
have
could
that
totally relate to that story.
so if you do reversals, or if you don't do reversals and you had that come up next to the Page of Coins, that could be she's in the middle of, in a quarrel, or she was in the middle of fighting with somebody, and or this is a person, this isn't you, and you're reading for somebody or on somebody. This could be a person, and you could look at it in a reversal, as in, well, obviously undisciplined, more materialistic, and that causes a lot of chaos within themselves, family, friends, or in their finances. And then the Swords could be having to make that decision of, oh, I don't want to stop spending money, but yes, you're going to have to, because you got to make the decision to either prosper or to end up continuing in that cycle. So I hope I didn't confuse anybody on that, but
No.
boy, for a slow moving suit, that came in kind of, I'm like, oh my God, wait a minute, let me process this. So
I got this in a bookshop as well. It was like down to $3.50 or something because it's just a cheap bookshop anyway. But every now and again, then they do a sale and everything is half price or even less. So the first third of it, maybe it's like this. Look, there's 2 cards per page.
It's a color.
Now it is feckin' pips, but that doesn't matter because the information is still applicable.
Oh, and I can't bring my pips to the table or to the game.
And I use pips. It's just silly pictures in the book, right? But the Page of Pentacles information is very nice and applies to kind of what you were saying there. So it just says the Page of Pentacles is mature beyond his years because of the earth element, remember? And is the type of youth you can depend on, reliable and hardworking in his studies and keen to start working from an early age. The Page of Pentacles makes a loyal, steady friend. A message about money may be received. The page may represent a youthful person who displays these qualities or may highlight the need to nurture these qualities in ourselves. So, like if it's not a person in the reading, then it could be that you need to embody the qualities of a Page of Pentacles, someone who is very studious and dependable and patient and successful and blah blah blah, etc., etc. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I just thought of that there when you said something. So you just pull 2 cards and put one either side to do a past, present, future.
I was just playing around. I was just going to do, the one, and I'm thinking,
okay. I just drew cards all over the place. Sorry, wait now.
I was like, oh no, this feels right. Let's put one here and let's put one there because I think one of the things I recently learned, Robin Toadstool Tarot, he says when he does a reading, the first card that he pulls, for the reading for himself or the person, he likes to put in the middle. And then the card on one side and the other.
Yes, I heard you saying that before. Yeah, that's a nice idea.
I really liked that. And then I thought, okay, now if I want, I can pull a card to see what would cross that, and then boom, boom, and maybe build a spread around it, or just go by. So I thought that was a really cool idea. So
she was actually did see someone doing that before. Yeah, it's a good idea. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. So I'm going to pick a top and bottom, and
some people, when they go and get a deck of cards or the way they read, they will ask Spirit and their cards, okay, a page is always going to be a female. I need this to be a female for every reading.
Oh, yeah.
So that they don't get, some people can actually sit and talk to Spirit and their cards and say, I need you to be this for me. I need these cards to represent one type of person, this one, blah, blah, blah. So again, this is just, basics, but how you read, how you understand or connect with the cards and with Spirit, just communicate with them and, kind of like programming, creating that relationship.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So what I have is, if I figure out how to hold them. Yeah,
you did a lot better. I did the first time. Yours is in the middle.
Ta-da! There we go. So I have the 7 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, and the Hermit card. So with the Page of Pentacles in the past, this is someone who is looking at their crop, looking at what they have sown so far, and he's not looking too impressed. So it's about having patience. It's about assessment is always the word I put with the 7 of Pentacles. It's about assessing. It's about looking at what you've done and where you've come from, and just checking over your crop, see if it's growing to your satisfaction is the word. If it's not, deciding if you need to replant or start all over again, or harvest what you have and try to make things better next time, all that kind of stuff, right? So again, that would tie up with the Page of Pentacles coming in the present, that you may need to learn something new. You may need to go and take a horticulturist course and learn how to properly grow your crop, or that kind of thing, for example. And having the Hermit then in the future is just about taking the time out to be on your own, to go within, to kind of speak to whatever higher source you believe in, to say, okay, am I on the right path? Has what I've done so far been satisfactory, or is what I'm choosing to do right now going to be beneficial to me in the future, you know? So does that all make sense to
Yeah.
peeps?
Or she could be going to somebody who's older who and wiser to ask them for help and guiding them how
Absolutely, yeah,
to
yeah. And
replant
getting a
or
mentor. Yeah,
prepare
yeah.
a mentor.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Love that.
So yeah, have we confused people or are you still with us? Because everyone is very quiet.
I know I've been like, okay, questions,
Shit,
insights,
where are they? Anyone
anyone
have any
who
questions,
reads.
lads? Any suggestions? Any of their own thoughts on the Page of Pentacles? Come on, tell us.
I know Allison would, but she's driving the little kitties around,
I
so
know,
we
yeah.
don't want her.
Don't be
Well, who
shy,
would
peeps. Come on,
you?
Sandy. Sandy, come on. Tell us something. Tell us a
Sandy, we
story.
have tell us something good. Boom. I can't help with the music, girl. Every time I hear something, I hear a song in my head.
Oh no, Sandy,
Yeah.
baby.
Oh,
It's been
Sandy,
really interesting. Good
baby.
stuff.
Debbie, if
I'm
you're
in
still
love
here.
with you.
Or
Debbie.
Carolina, Marissa. So why the
Why the
fish?
fish?
Oh, that was for the page of cups.
The Page of
So
Cups fish? Is that what you're talking about?
yeah, we'll be getting to the page of unless there was a
Listen,
fish.
that's another day's work. That's another day.
Yep. Today we're doing the page of pentacles unless there was something with a fish in one of our cards he's referring to.
Well, I just briefly showed the other three
Oh yeah. So we're
oh
doing
pages
one
to
at a time. So
yeah.
it's not a complete, brain melt like Heather
Nancy,
did
was
with.
it
She
was
says
it
it was
really
very
very
helpful.
helpful or was it just all whoosh? We tried to be as kind of
So Nancy, when
simple
you
as
get a
possible.
page of coins or a page of pentacles, how do you relate to that in your reading? Do you want to share? Um, yeah, do you want to share your thought process or your divination
Yes,
process? And he
do.
goes, yes. Oops, sorry. It's okay. Not a problem. So yeah, that's the same thing I've asked too. I'm like, what the hell is that fish
Yeah,
doing?
I know, yeah.
It's like you really want to drink. Well, there's a fish in there. Well, yeah. Anyway,
Well,
that's what I'm thinking.
like the way I'd look at it and the way I've heard people say it is that a fella talking to a fish is off his head, so they kind of consider him to be like the crazy one of the court cards, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
Not politically correct or anything, but whatever. Who cares?
So, but yeah, we're at 303, doing
So
very
Nancy,
well
tell us.
on. Yes. Yeah, but when you start adding all those extra elements in there, it's like, okay, pages, this is the page. Then we go in and she goes, well, I've always thought of the page as
Yeah,
younger apprentice to the knight.
absolutely, I do too. Yeah.
And that's where sometimes when I do our readings, it's like, wait a minute, okay, now we obviously don't live unless you're in certain countries that still have a monarchy. We don't live day to day with being a page or a knight or a king or a queen. So in modern days I try to, well, what would a page be? Then I'm like, okay, I see it like a college student with a knight. Who would that be? For me, knights almost kind of feel almost like a military in a way, but for me that's more like swords. So yeah, trying to figure out how to incorporate one period of time into a modern time, trying to bring the tarot from when it was started to be developed in the 15th, like the 1500s or 1700s or so, and bring it into modern times. Inexperienced,
Yeah,
yeah. So that's why I like
absolutely.
some of these decks that kind of look at the court cards from a modern perspective on who. And I have a deck called the Unfolding Path, and the Page of Cups actually is, because the pages are supposed to be, a young person. Well, in the Unfolding Path, it's a little old man,
Oh
but he's
yes.
smiling, grinning with a cup in his hand, like, oh boy, so it can show you that you can be at any age in life and still be,
Yeah.
embody that spirit
Yeah.
or that energy. And when with the
Yes.
knights, I look at the horse recluse.
Absolutely.
Yes, inexperienced. Yep. Well, very interesting. Well, while we wait to see if anyone has anything else they would like to share, what do you got coming up, Miss Jackie? Anything?
I don't have anything scheduled other than prepping for our next, I think it's the Page of Swords next, if I remember correctly in the book.
I thought we were going to do the stay in the suit and do the Knight of Pentacles next.
Oh, will we? Yeah, I don't mind which way we do it. I don't mind. Yeah, we can do. Yeah,
we'll figure that out backstage.
yeah,
We'll see.
yeah. I don't mind.
Because I still have my internet for a couple weeks only, so I have to have it shut off by the 18th or 19th of this month. So I still have some time left to get at least maybe one or two more shows in. And Nancy says I have trouble assigning who the court cards are in a reading. Exactly. And then when you want, another, you pull a clarifier for the court and you get another court. What do you do, Jackie, when that happens? Or do you put the card back in and ask for a different one?
You see, I don't kind of really think of. It would only be for example, the live reading I did this morning, in relation to that woman who's allegedly dying in hospital in the UK, right? Like, it was only because I took a top and bottom card of the deck, and then I can't help myself. I look at the next few cards, and I was like, oh my God, the devil, the tower. I was like, oh Jesus, shit's going down over there, But then I had the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is Scorpio, which is Charles. So, because I know a lot of people have their own court cards that they relate to each of the members of that family. I don't like to kind of mention the name of the family on YouTube, whatever. But the family, the institution, or whatever you want to call it. But I like to go by what star sign they actually are. So he is Scorpio, therefore he is the King of Cups. So when I saw the King of Cups, I was like, oh shit. Like Harry is the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo, Meghan is the King of Wands, etc. There's three of them then are Cancer. They're all Queen of Cups, So yeah. So I like to look at the actual star signs for readings of people like that I don't actually know in real life,
Gotcha.
But I kind of don't look at court cards really as people if I'm just doing a reading first, sitting in front of someone or whatever,
For an energy, yeah.
Just more the energy around them, or the kind of attributions that they need to kind of look out for or work on or whatever,
And Marissa said, Selena from Essence of the Moon asked me what card I thought represented me. She suggested the Queen of Wands, which fits, but wow, would love if you did the Knight of Pentacles. That's my partner. So she's requesting Knight of Pentacles next. So
yeah,
I think
yes, Knight of Pentacles is Virgo.
Not sure, just a feeling based on what I know of the card, but I'd love to know more about it in general from people who have, we're all learning. Yeah, I mean, I've been doing this channel now for 3 years, and I'm still, I sometimes grasp best draws when I see court cards still, because because I've seen them read in so many different ways, and how they can be read in a reading so many ways. And that's why I know Allison, if you're listening, I'm listening to you. She, says if you start really learning how to do a basic spread, that way, when you put that court card down, you'll know if this is you, if this is this person, you know what I mean? And how all the cards will relate to that particular individual. So I have lots of different techniques, and I was doing a reading last night, and she had just taught me like the Hierophant is considered a what was it, a Taurus, I believe. Yes. And I did a reading. I said, well, I don't know if you are a Taurus or somebody in your family. And the person mentioned during the reading, yes, either they were the Taurus. So I'm starting to see now how I can learn different ways of, and with the Page of Coins or Pentacles, I can see that as being somebody who is Capricorn, Taurus, or what's the other earth sign?
Virgo. And Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn.
Okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So yeah, so for me, it's taken 3 years, but now I'm starting to be able to add more to, the court cards.
Virgo is the Hermit, and Capricorn is number 15. What's 15? The
People know me with numbers. I am not good with numbers. For me to retain
Devil. The Devil.
Yeah, I don't
See,
know if there's one for the Devil.
I have this little cheat sheet, and this is timing. So obviously, there's 22 majors. Or sorry,
Allison was explaining to me. She goes, there's 22 cards, but there's only 12 in there, and everyone thinks that you start with Aries with the Fool, but it's not. You start with the Emperor, who is the Aries, and then who's next? Taurus. That would be like the Hierophant. So it's not going to be every single card in succession, but you look like Justice would be, of course, Libra. I remember that. Death card would be Scorpio. For me, I was surprised. Temperance is Sagittarius. So just kind of learning that down.
Yes.
And I wrote that the other night, and I actually set out certain cards so that I can to memorize that. So yeah.
The spare cards that come with decks. So I cut out a piece of paper the same size. Idea. I write all the information, and then I sellotape it on. So that I have one there. This one is not to confuse anyone, but
cool. Yes, very cool.
Every star sign is linked to 3 minor arcana cards. So like Libra is the 2, 3, and 4 of swords, for example. So I have them all written out on this one. This one, I love this one. This is my favorite one. So this is the star signs and what court card they're related to. Knights, Queens, and Kings. And then this one is, I did this one then after the, when myself and Karen did the first astrology discussion. So I have like the star signs there and the, air, water, fire, earth down the side. So I use those spare cards as well to make little cheat sheets that I can carry around.
My handwriting was that neat to be able to make them that nice.
That's because I was using pencil, you see. Yeah, well, particularly pencil. Look, that's really, really nice.
Wow, that turned out very, very nice. And yes, great idea. I think so too. That is awesome.
I like doing that.
So thank you everybody for joining Jackie and I. Any insights, advice, please let us know. And for people watching our replay, thank you so much for taking the time out to do that. And let us know what you would like to see Jackie and I bring to the court cards. And if you have any questions of upcoming court cards that we do, again, and or insights that you would like us to maybe delve into or explore more, let us know. Without you guys, there would be no show, really. So we appreciate the participation. And let's see, today is Tuesday, so I have a show Friday with Allison at 8, and Karen and I are going to be back Sunday night for a Mystic Poet Society. At least try to get one more in there before I move. So yeah. So everybody, it may be a while too before Jackie and I can get back to once, after we move, because I just found out that I'm going to be now 8 hours behind Jackie instead of 5. So it may take some finagling on how to do this, but we'll make it work. So yes. And thank you everybody for being here. Yes, bye Lottie B. Thank you so much. And everyone,
bye Lottie. Thanks, peeps.
Yes, have a beautiful rest of your day, and thank you again for joining us. Bye.